Howdy, brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. This here is Grateful Panic, and I've got a knife review for you, and a little something special tonight. That this is actually the second take on this video because there was a little snafu that ended up being a good thing. But as we do every video, let's start out with what I carried today. And first off, I carried the Great Eastern Cutlery calf pen that I reviewed last night. This was my my main utility carry today. My multi-tool of choice, as usual, was a Victorinox Swiss Army knife, and today it was my my camo tinker. I'm not gonna go through all the blades because let's get pretty well. Let's go through them anyway, just for the heck of it. We got the Phillips screwdriver. Got the leather awl. Got the main blade. Got the can opener. Bottle opener slash flathead screwdriver. And of course you got the tweezers and the toothpick. I think the Tinker's probably my favorite of the Swiss Army knives, just because it's got everything I need, nothing I don't need, and it's a good pocket carry size. And of course, the flashlight is the Olight SR1 Turbo. Love this flashlight. I love this flashlight. I told you incessantly how much I love this flashlight. And just to explain something, you might have noticed a card in the top left corner of the screen, and this is just kind of an homage to a friend of mine and a friend of many of ours in the knife community. Really great lady, Miss Laura. Really wonderful lady. And before I started this channel, I was digging through my knife drawer and happened to find this card, and she had written, like she does, "Thank you, Laura," on it. And I decided that this is going to be on my table and in every video I do in memory of her. Yeah, there's that. And the little special started out as a bad thing, turned out to be a good thing deal is I had ordered a knife off eBay a week or so ago, and it was a slimline trapper in Stag. Well, the package came today, and what was in the package was actually a regular trapper. Well, I say regular, it was a pocket worn trapper, and it was in if I can get this to focus. Well, basically it's a trapper in pocket worn burnt brown covers. And I messaged the seller and said, "Hey, no big deal, but I ordered a slimline trapper in Stag, and what I received was a a pocket worn trapper in burnt brown jig bone. And I did a little research and found out that this was actually a third party seller. What he was doing was he was taking orders and he was purchasing knives from Home Depot and having them shipped to the eBay buyer, which was me. Um, and after doing a little bit of research, I found out that not only was the Slimline Stag about $10 cheaper than this knife, it was also not genuine stag. In the description, it said bone material jigged and burned to look like stag antler. So, whereas I was excited at first because this would have been my first stag knife, I realized my excitement would have been for naught because it wouldn't have actually been stag. And I basically got a $10 more expensive knife for, the price of a $10 less expensive knife. And so it was originally going to be an unboxing, and as I was filming the unboxing, I realized it wasn't the right knife, so I cut the camera off and was kind of bummed and said, hey, this was going to be my first unboxing, and now it's all messed up, and I'm so sad and I'm bummed. And then, it turned out I actually won out in the situation, and now I have a beautiful pocket worn, burnt brown, jig boned case trapper, and it actually is a first for me because I don't have any pocket worn trappers. So there we go on that. So on to, let me get some of this junk out of the way here, clear up some space. But on to the knife that we are. Before I forget, the fixed blade that I carried today was, of course, the world famous Bark River Knives Kalahari Bushman 2. I will be carrying a different fixed blade tomorrow, and you're about to see that fixed blade. It's another one of my favorite fixed blades, and I carry it a lot. I just haven't carried it for the past couple of days because I kind of get stuck on this one, and I love the feel of that black canvas micarta. But when you see this fixed blade that I'm about to review, you'll realize why it is also one of my favorite fixed blades. So without further ado, I present to you the Reaper Knives Custom Fixed Blade by Mr. Shane Huntley from across the pond over in England. And we're going to do this nice slow reveal so you can enjoy the beauty of what you are about to see. And bam. And what we have is 9.5 inches overall length of 80 CRV2 full tang fixed blade. And I guess you would call this a clip point. It's kind of a different looking clip point than what you normally see. But yeah, this is handmade, handmade custom by Mr. Shane. You can't see it really well, but he did an acid wash with a Hamon line that comes down here. Having to do this video inside tonight because after the whole wrong blade or wrong knife unboxing fiasco, I was kind of bummed out until I put things into perspective and realized, hey, I can still do this video and put a little twist on it and let the viewers know that getting the wrong knife isn't always a bad thing. So I'm doing this in the bedroom with a little bit of incandescent lighting, which is not quite as conducive for knife reviews as natural outdoor light. But anyway, enough of that rambling about lighting. But like I said, what we have here is 9.5 inches of 80 CRV2 steel. We've got a cutting edge of 4 3/4 inches, and the full blade edge is right at 5 1/4 inches. The handle material is a stabilized burl wood resin hybrid, and the burl wood is Amboina burl from Australia. We've got a mosaic pin here, which Shane actually makes himself. And then, just to fancy it up a little bit, because it's such a beautiful knife, I had this young lady on Etsy make me a custom bead to match with blue resin and stabilized Amboina burl. Some other features: he's got a little bit of file work done on the back, and the way it fits the hand just perfectly. I mean, it's just such a comfortable fixed blade, and the way he's got this, I don't even know what you'd call it, but this ground area right here that your thumb just fits in perfectly when you're doing push cutting. I mean, it's so beautifully ergonomic. I mean, you'd have to feel it in your hand to understand how comfortable it is. And we've also got brass liners. We've got black paper micarta liners. We've got an extended tang here, which actually becomes the lanyard hole. And in my not so expert lanyard tying, I tried to do this knife justice and this bead justice, and as my good friend David Vanderstelt would call it, the cowbell. But the cowbell hangs nicely whilst using this, and Shane's actually changed his maker's mark since I bought this knife, and I'm going to try and get this focused in there. But I like the old maker's mark. It kind of reminds me of Predator. But all in all, this is a great knife. Like I said, it feels so good in hand. It's so ergonomic. There's no, I mean, you can use it all day long with no hand fatigue. And this 80 CRV2 steel is amazing. I mean, you got to take care of it because it will corrode, it will patina and rust, but when taken care of properly, cleaned after you use it for the day, and give it a little light coat of oil, I mean, the knife will probably outlive you. Um, and just for poops and giggles, let's give it a little weigh and see what we got weight wise. Which, I mean, to me, if you're gonna carry a fixed blade, it's gonna be on your belt, and I mean, it really doesn't matter what it weighs unless you're carrying, a 10-pound knife. But ounce wise, it's 8 ounces right on the dot. And honestly, I've seen some folders out there that weigh upwards to 8 ounces. I believe the Four Max actually weighs more than 8 ounces. So that's not too shabby for a fixed blade knife. Let's do some grams for our friends across the pond, because ounces mean nothing to them, like Celsius means nothing to us. We're looking at 225 grams. But yeah, I mean, it's not too shabby at all, weight wise. And the way this is he made the sheath to himself, and the way it rides on your belt, it rides so, like, here's basically the waistline of your the pants you're wearing. You've got this much of the knife sticking up above that. You don't feel it at all. Like it's like you're not wearing a knife until you need it, and then you reach back there and you grab just this fancy lanyard, and boom, you got a knife in your hand. Just in case you guys were interested, I have the card of the nice young lady who hand turned this bead for me. Her name is Focus. Well, how about I just read it to you? It's her name is Larissa Perlman, and her email address is larissa.woodplugs@gmail.com. She has a web page that is www.mustlovewoodplugs.com. And I actually found her on Etsy. It doesn't have her Etsy name on here, but I believe if you do a search for Larissa Perlman, you would be able to find her. And she does amazing work. And for what you get, her prices are really incredible. I was quite surprised that, I mean this thing is a beast. It is a absolute beast. A little bit bigger than I expected, and when I got it, I said, well, what the heck am I gonna do with that? But it works. It really works, and it's absolutely beautiful. And the price, I'll just go ahead and tell you, it was $30. $30 for a hand-turned, handmade bead of this material and this size. That just blew me away. I thought that was a really good price. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you watching. And everybody have a good night. This is Grateful Panic signing off. And remember, stay alert, stay alive.